Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome back, listeners, to episode 178 of the Massenomics podcast. This is, of course, the lifting podcast about nothing. Two hosts are back again. My name is Tanner, and to my left is...
Tommy, what's up?
Not too much. It's another week back in the saddle. I did have a really important nutrition tip that I wanted to get out there right away this week.
And people, if you're not a regular listener, pay attention. We don't offer nutrition tips very often, so
no.
This is something you're going to want to hang on to.
At the beginning of the podcast, when we had first started years ago, maybe we did offer maybe some more nutrition advice than we do
at
now.
the most basic. You should pay attention to the amount of protein you consume and fat, and carbs are an important piece of the puzzle too.
And then we realized, what do we know?
There's
we know
a lot of people that know this way better than we ever will.
You're not coming to us to find out what your diet should be like.
Yeah, we all know that calories in, calories out. It all matters.
Yes.
But we can't offer you any fancy.
We're no Lane Norton or
we're no Lane Norton or flexible
RP
dieting
strength,
expert. Yeah, that ain't us.
There's real experts for that.
But
we're experts about nothing.
Nothing. We'll talk about how we know nothing for minutes on end here. But
okay, so Tommy, let me start this by asking you a question. Do you eat rice very often?
I probably make rice once a week. And okay, the instructions on rice: 2 cups, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. Right?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm on the camera, and my brain isn't quite there. But
so you're saying 2 to 1.
2 to 1. Yep. 1 cup of rice is never enough rice. That's not enough rice. So I always do 2 cups of rice. I always throw away rice then. It never.
Is so cheap though.
It's so cheap. I'm throwing away pennies of rice, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those things that I never ever finish.
Yeah. So how do you make it then? You're saying you on the stove.
Yeah, I just do it on the stovetop.
Yeah.
Get it going. I would say I actually did tell my wife this the other day. I'm like, I think my rice cooking skills have gone up so much in the last month or two. I don't know why they have. In my opinion, they've gotten I'm not. There's that skill level when you're cooking rice on the stove. When there's the one where you get it too hot and it boils all over onto the stove.
Yep.
There's also the one where it's just super, super sticky, I don't know, too much water or whatever it is.
Yep.
But there's that fine line when you don't boil any water over. The rice has a certain amount of firmness to it. It's not super sticky and mushy. It's like, damn, I did something right here.
It's kind of surprising.
And I've been hitting that mark lately a lot.
It's surprising how good rice can be.
It absolutely can be.
Damn, that's delicious. That's tasty rice. But so start to finish that process, from pulling it out of the cupboard to having edible rice on your plate, is it 10 minutes or something like that?
18.
Okay. So 10, 15 plus. Okay. Yeah. So it does take a little bit of time. There is a little bit of time.
It's not like a Hot Pocket or pizza rolls, that can be
bagel
ready
bite.
Bagel bite can be
Pop-Tart.
ready in minutes,
So we have, this isn't getting to the pro tip. This is just still another step along this pathway. But at home, we have an Instapot. I make the rice in there quite often. I think we usually...
there's a rice button on that, isn't there?
That's what you do. You press the old rice button. But that's still... That cook time, I think, is 12 minutes usually. And plus, then it has to vent out for a little while. So it's still... plus getting things ready, maybe cleaning them up a little bit. It's still probably a 15-plus minute process.
Yeah.
But that is the best rice. Making rice that way or your way, when you do it well, is the best tasting rice. But sometimes I want rice, but do not want to put that much time into it. I eat rice pretty frequently, maybe every day-ish. If it was more often than every other day, but maybe not always every single day. A lot of times I just have beef and rice.
Yep.
So a lot of times I'll make extra rice ahead of time and I'll refrigerate some and pull it back out. But it is never as good that second time it's been reheated.
Not even close, no.
Exactly. Not even close. It's not even it goes down a little bit that second time. It's much worse after you've reheated. The moisture and everything is way out of whack every time you do that. But so sometimes I like to get like rice packets.
Yep, the packets. Yep.
So the common one that people would, the one I always used to know about and used to use sometimes was Uncle Ben's. They're the orange ones.
Yeah.
They come in either the cup or the bag.
Yeah, that's what years ago, I would just buy because I don't want to have to think about anything more than 2 minutes ahead of time.
Right.
So it's like, I'll just buy like 10 of those.
Right.
I just
and
have
you have
10
them.
at
You're
all
always
times.
there.
If I ever needed a quick, okay, I need to get something else in this meal. All right, rice packets
Right.
there, ready in a minute and a half?
Yes.
You know,
yes.
you're just
90
good to go.
seconds. That's exactly right. And they do have a number of different flavors.
They do.
I
was always partial towards. It did have kind of a little bit of an artificial taste, but the Mexican one with the beans in it.
Yeah.
I was a fan of the rice and beans.
Yeah. See, I'd say you hit the nail on the head, though. I always thought those Uncle Ben's one do have like this little bit of artificial flavor and also appearance.
Yeah.
Where like the rice, the bit of rice,
The whole
just
thing
looks
feels way
different.
more manufactured.
Yeah, it just doesn't look. It doesn't look like the rice when you pull it out of your stovetop. It doesn't look the same.
It doesn't.
So my wife actually found this brand. She bought this without me knowing one day.
Ooh, pulled a quick one on
and
ya,
she
huh?
brought it home, and I was like, this isn't Uncle Ben's.
This
I
isn't
want
from my Uncle Ben.
Yeah, like this isn't what I usually eat. Like for the last 5 years, like don't just be getting me different things. But so this brand is called VEETEE, and they sell it at
got a
Walmart.
picture of
Yes,
what it looks
I'll show you the picture.
Never seen
Yeah.
that basmati rice.
Yeah, so that they have a few different types of rice, basmati or jasmine rice. Most of them are pretty just simple white rice, though, and it's in a little bit different vehicle than what you're used to with Uncle Ben's. This is almost like a plastic TV dinner.
Yeah, that's
the
what
thing
it
you
looks
poke
like.
the holes in the top of. That's how this is done. And this serving size is a little bit bigger than the bag of Uncle Ben's. The bag of Uncle Ben's, I can't remember how much that is, but this is a cup and a half.
Oh, so it is pretty good
It's
size.
a pretty good size, and it only costs $1.50. It's larger quantity, lower price than Uncle Ben's, but that alone is not why I advocate for VT rice. It, from a flavor standpoint and like appearance and what it looks like, so much better than Uncle Ben's.
It's basically
Yes,
rice.
it seems like rice that you
Really?
made on the stove. As close to it as you
Interesting.
can get. It is a 2-minute heat instead of the 90 seconds, so there is a little
bit of extra love.
Yeah, there's
into
that
the
30
cooking
seconds.
process, yeah.
And their film that you have to peel off because you poke holes in it. They don't want you to peel it off and then cook it. You poke holes, cook it, and then you have to peel it off. It does not peel off easily, and it is always just burning hot when you want to take it off. I give that a little bit of a downgrade, but outside of that,
The usability scale is a little higher, but
Yes.
but the flavor and reward is much more.
yeah. So lower price, higher quantity, flavor, texture, appearance, much better than Uncle Ben's. This beats the shit out of Uncle
is
Ben's
getting
to me.
the Massenomics seal of approval.
Yeah,
for quick
definitely.
rice.
Yes, and this isn't a paid ad, although it's a very long.
It's a very long
Yeah.
way of getting there, but
But I figure there's got to be a lot of people listening to us that also eat rice.
I've been thinking that same situation where I think most people would agree that when the time is there, they would prefer to make their own rice.
Right, and I
But
still agree with
There's
that.
always that time you're in the pinch where there's
Yep.
just that nice thing to throw in and get going in a hurry.
And this is almost so good and still reasonably priced
It
that
has
it's almost
rendered
where I'm
regular rice obsolete.
More so than before, because on my trade-off between when I was just looking at either A, Uncle Ben's, or B, making good rice, it's like, yeah, the good rice is so much better. I like it better than Uncle Ben's. It takes longer, but now it's like, this kind of is as good as the regular rice.
Yeah, it's
Still much more expensive
I was going
if
to
you
say
look at the
it's still. I
comparison.
mean, $1.50. It's like, well, you're probably technically getting probably 4 servings out of that, but regular rice would be almost pennies for that price.
Right.
But really, $1.50 is pretty cheap. In the
Yeah,
scheme of things,
yeah.
You know.
In comparison to regular rice, still much more
Yeah.
expensive, but it's the convenience trade-off for sure.
Yeah.
But VT,
Wow.
and I don't know if this is newer maybe, but I know Walmart carries it, but now we're running it in. I've been having her buy it in like the little 5-pack boxes at a time that they oftentimes do not have any left. Like she'll go
Really?
and just buy.
So other people are in on the secret.
I don't know. I'm probably making a mistake by letting it out.
It's taking the world by storm. And
It is considerably more expensive from Amazon though than it is
Really?
from Walmart. That's an interesting thing I thought too, because my wife said, "Hey, they're out of it at Walmart." I said, "Why don't you just order from Amazon?"
Yeah.
And she said, "It's way more expensive on Amazon." I was like, "Really? I didn't know that
Maybe
that's
there's
ever been the case on
Yeah.
anything."
Maybe there's a Costco deal out there somewhere that you can buy it in 100 packs. and
Yes,
save
right.
crazy money.
Right. Do you ever order groceries off of Amazon?
I still have not done any online grocery ordering of any kind. This is how it works every time. It'll be like a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. My wife and I will say, we should go get groceries. So we're not doing it during the week. And on our way to the store, we go, we should have called these in and had them deliver them out.
yeah.
And we still have never done that before.
Yeah. My wife uses that all
Are
the
you
time.
guys still sticking to that
yeah.
pretty regularly?
Yeah. I mean, I don't do any of it at all, so
yeah.
I can't.
But you support her habit of doing it.
Yes. I really get behind her doing that and not
Yeah,
involving
you
me in
do
it.
that thing.
Yeah. But I do think she really likes it a lot.
Yeah.
And I would like it if I
totally
was
see it.
doing it.
I
you
totally
know?
see it, yeah.
It does take the scheduling.
Yeah.
You know, the in advance sort of thing.
Yeah, I do like walking down the aisles and being like, oh, all right, this is on sale. I'll buy that. And
Right.
I guess, I mean, if you're browsing the website, I mean, it's not a whole lot different than browsing the
There
aisles.
is still something to actually being there.
Yeah.
I
Just
think.
really feeling it out.
But their customer service at Walmart's on this whole process is really good. If there's
it?
anything, you know, because there is that weird thing of you not being there to select your groceries for certain
yep.
types of things, and they're really good. If anything's wrong, like they take care of, they reimburse you or exchange
Which,
it out.
I mean, yeah, you would hope is the case. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
that is good that is how it goes. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah, with Walmart, you never know.
Yeah. So that was my big nutrition segment.
Well,
I figured it's been about 50 episodes since we've talked
Yeah,
nutrition.
you know, and I was going to say, so tune in to episode 225 where we revisit nutrition.
where we'll pick one other food.
Pick a new type of rice you can microwave.
Oh, and I like to get a little more specific about the nutrition part of it. I like rice because it's carbs.
Right.
And sometimes I
Stan
want the
Efferding
carbs, yes.
invented it when he made the vertical diet.
Right.
Until
And
that time, rice.
he invented rice
Yeah.
and beef.
Yes.
And
then
he put them
combining
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can thank Stan. for
Along
that.
with some beef tallow and wash it down with an orange
Yep.
and
All
salt.
about
Himalayan pink salt.
Yes. Yeah. It is about the key specific ingredients of these things. So
Right.
Don't get them twisted. You gotta
Sodium.
keep those straight. Yeah. Speaking of food, Tanner, I've noticed a huge, and I know almost nothing about this. I've noticed a huge uptick lately in, I think they refer to it as like impossible beef, impossible meat, which is like,
Is it like the impossible sit-up?
yes, you think you're getting a burger and someone farts in your face, and people love it. The surprise factor.
Oh,
it kind of has
hilarious.
that done right. It can
pulled
have
your
that
pants
intense
down.
beef flavor in your face. Yeah. No, the lab grown meat is becoming more of a thing. Like to the point where I saw Burger King had an actual ad on TV for.
So do they have a sandwich you can buy that's why is it so it's called impossible? Like if it's
I better look here before I start talking too much.
okay. So you said Burger King was the chain that you saw had something out on it.
Yeah, okay, yep. So, yes, Burger King does refer to it as the Impossible Whopper. And let's read about it a little bit here. Impossible Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. Which normally you would say, wow, that's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I would expect a fast food restaurant to have that approach, but not advertise that, you know.
Right.
It says the Impossible Whopper sandwich features a savory flame-grilled patty made from plants topped with juicy tomatoes. The regular Whopper stuff.
So that's made from plants.
Yes. Yes. So this one is made from
It's
plants.
a plant-based
Yes.
non-beef patty.
Okay, see, I was under the impression that it was like some type of lab-grown meat.
Right. But I have I have read a couple little articles on this lab-grown meat becoming
and
more of a reality.
It is becoming, I think, closer and closer. Which actually, I mean, it does bring up the interesting thing of like, okay, if lab-grown meat gets to, let's just say it's $1 a pound, would you be like, and it has the exact same nutritional, would you be like, I'm all in on lab-grown meat?
That's a weird. It's hard to. It's not a thing that's easy to wrap your head around. I feel like
Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions.
Well,
with it.
first of all, is it meat? I mean, if it has all the properties of muscle tissue and stuff, so I suppose it is. But like, is it beef? Maybe it's not
I guess
beef, but it
comes right back to like, what do you define as
Right,
meat? Because
right.
already meat is kind of, I guess it comes from the tissue of a living organism.
right.
So yeah, it's already getting like these weird waters of.
Right.
I guess it didn't technically come from something that you didn't have to kill something to make it. Maybe is.
That's kind of my hang up. If I don't get to kill something in the process, I'm not all that interested.
Hunt it down with a bow
and strangle it with my bare hands.
Yeah.
I want to
assert your dominance in the food chain.
I want to look at my food in the eyes while I kill it.
I mean,
before
like
I eat
any
it.
sane person does.
Well, I said, go to sleep now. Rest.
I think it does bring up this. I still think it's a few years out. That's why I was so confused with the Impossible Whopper, because I totally caught the end of the ad, and I saw Impossible Whopper, and they're like, "Oh, it's not really meat." And I was like, "Dang!" Like they have lab-grown meat in Burger King already, but it makes way more sense when it's a plant thing. But I don't think it's unreasonable to think that in 5 years, that we will be seeing ads for lab-grown meat.
Just personally, I don't mind that it exists, but I'm not interested myself in the plant-based meat, meat replacements or alternatives, because I don't. I have no hang up on
actual meat.
Yeah. Like I was joking, really, I don't want to go strangle the cow myself, but like I have no problem with the system of cows being
I think at some point
murdered for me to be able to eat beef.
It will turn into just there's going to be a price war at some point,
right? And
that will like totally put things into chaos. Especially for this part of the country where we live, like that would be, you could say like actual entire industries will be messed up.
Right. It could be like the changes in steel industries in Pittsburgh, or like that same sort of thing. I don't know. The lab grown meat is a weird thing. I'm not sure if it tasted exactly the same.
What if it tasted even better? What if you could get lab grown meat that was like ribeye flavor? So it's like, gosh, this is all it's ground up, but it's all ribeye.
And also in its appearance and everything, you couldn't tell it wasn't. Yeah,
so much of the food you eat now is so heavily manufactured, anyways.
Right.
It's like, well,
how much different is it?
Well, really,
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I guess as for now, I still like the idea of it coming from the actual animal, but it's weird. It's hard to say. In 5 or 10 years, that things could be different.
If you can pack like 50 ounces of protein into like a
and what if you can make all
of a sudden things like that, it's like, this is really attractive from a performance standpoint too. And I don't know if those things are possible. I would imagine at some point they are, once we start talking about like really pushing what this vehicle is for holding nutrition.
Like the bigger thing is if they can legitimately make it a lot cheaper, then it's more like feeding the hungry people in the world thing. It's like a huge opportunity
maybe
at that point.
Thing at this point.
Right.
So I guess we'll put that on the watch for episode probably 700 and some. We'll revisit the topic.
I wonder if we'll still have a podcast in 5 years.
Kind of makes my head hurt thinking about that. But
to do more than we've already done, so to do more than what we've done right now.
We're not even a quarter of the way in. We really are just getting started. Well. That's probably enough food talk for today, Tanner.
Yeah.
But something I do.
Let's call it nutrition, though.
Well,
so
okay, yes. Yes, that was definitely nutrition talk.
Yeah.
We have covered our bases on the nutrition side for a while. We should probably talk about something we know slightly more about, and that's equipment. And we talked about equipment a decent amount last week.
Yeah.
There is one piece that browsing the interwebs really caught my eye.
Caught mine too.
Really,
it's eye-catching.
It is eye-catching. It's an interesting piece, and that would be the Rogue Monster Lat Pull-Down / Low Row parentheses standalone, and it's Rogue's pull-down machine. And why is a lat pull-down machine interesting? Well, there's a couple specs right away that really jump out at you.
It does have a look too. Like when you see the picture,
it looks like a good-looking Rogue piece. To me, a lat pull-down machine kind of looks like it's a stack.
What do they
of
call
weights.
it again? What's their technical term? Name of the piece of equipment?
The Monster Lat Pull-Down / Low Row.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it's like cable. It's a cable column. Like it's a half of a cable crossover.
Yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, you get two of these, you have a full-on crossover.
Right.
Yeah, you would actually. I never thought of that part of it. But so reading the description here, it says this is the fully updated freestanding version of Rogue's 100% American-made Monster Lat Pull-Down and Low Row machine, occupying just. So this is being modest with this.
Yeah.
It occupies just a 40-inch by 60-inch footprint
That's big.
It's relatively big.
Yeah.
I mean, lat pull-down machines do take up, but 40-inch by 60-inch, you're at
5 feet.
3.5 by 5. So, I mean, that's a decent amount. But this next number, the 8-foot tall unit.
Yeah.
8 feet tall. That is a big machine.
And I saw someone say something about 9 feet. Is there something on it that goes even taller, or is it just 8 feet? Maybe 9 was just wrong. What I had saw.
Yeah,
saw
and see
something. So it's 8
the
foot
9
tall.
is actually what caught my attention too. But it's 96 inches tall.
Okay.
And it's a big machine. Like to think that the top of this machine is 8 feet tall. Like that.
Yeah.
That's getting up there, you know.
Yeah. That
So-
is. That it's getting borderline where some basements and
a lot
even
of places
garages
won't fit in the
right.
best. It does come with a 300-pound weight stack in 10-pound increments, so pretty generous there.
Yeah.
I think I did read something like it's like a 1-to-2 ratio. So
Right.
when you're at 300 pounds, you're actually with the pulley system
Yep.
moving 150.
And I don't know
which
what
I
our
think a lot of people
pull-down
get
is.
confused on
Yeah.
how that the system works. Is when you put the pin in at 100 pounds on your pulley system, you're not actually moving 100 pounds.
To me, those weights on the thing are meaningless other than a reference point of
They
like
are.
where
Yeah,
you've been
it
and
might
where
as
you're
well be
going.
level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And some even are like that.
Yes, and some are.
And that's
I remember,
just as well be
Yep,
because
I remember growing up and like seeing ones like that, and be like, "Oh, I don't know what weight I'm moving," and then once
Yeah.
you realize, like, well, technically that depending on how many
Yeah.
pulleys they have in the system, anyways, you actually really don't know how much weight
right.
you're moving.
And I do know, like, if you compare, you could speak to this too, like our lat pull down machine that we have at our gym versus our cable crossover that we have.
Yes.
The lat pull down has a very
Drastically
yeah.
different.
The ratio, I don't know if you call it higher or lower, but it'd be closer to 1-to-2, or almost feels like 1-to-1. But it can't,
120 pounds on the lat pull down machine feels like 120
Right.
pounds.
And on our cable
120
crossover,
pounds on the
yeah.
cable crossover
feels like
you could do
20.
tricep
Yeah.
extensions on that baby all
Right.
day. Like
it has a lot of pulleys on it, though. If you
Yeah.
look the way that the cable runs on our cable crossover, it goes through a lot of pulleys to get to where the end point.
Yeah, so that is
There's differences there.
Yes, there absolutely is, and looking at this thing, it is no doubt a beast. We haven't touched on the price yet.
That's maybe
This is
that's
probably
the most
even the
interesting part
most
to me.
shocking part, other than even more so than it being like this fairly big machine
Yeah.
at 8 feet tall. $2,950, and that is a
$3,000,
$3,000 machine.
and that doesn't include shipping.
No, probably not. I
Right.
assume it doesn't.
Right. So if you want to go drive to Rogue and pick it up, it's going to cost you $3,000.
Yeah. And it's probably some friendships trying to move the damn thing
Yeah.
too.
Does it say is it
And
in
it sh-
one
and it
piece?
ships fully assembled,
Yeah, it
too.
ships in one piece. That's right. That thing is
It ships freight
huge.
bolted to a skid
So the shipping's probably like $300 or $400
with custom metal brackets included for added protection.
So it's probably just say it's $3,500 to get this thing to your door.
Yeah, I mean it costs a few $100.
Freight shipping's usually at least $250, and the size of that thing, I would think it would be more because that takes up some serious space in the back of a truck. Wow. That is a lot of coin, though.
Yeah, it is an insane amount of coin.
Like-
now I'm thinking. Okay, I'm second guessing one of my lines here. I gotta check my sources, Tanner.
On price or on?
Just wait, I'm looking
Okay.
on some key specs here.
Okay.
No. See, okay, this is what's got me confused. Okay, yeah, this is a different thing because what originally got me interested in this is Garage Gym Reviews teased it like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And this is a different one. All right, I didn't even realize this.
Okay.
So there's a new Rogue cable crossover coming out. So
Okay.
the one I'm telling about is the old one, apparently.
Okay.
So the new one isn't on the website yet.
Gotcha.
And the new one is $2,495. So
Okay.
it's $500 cheaper.
But it's 9 feet tall,
But
right?
the new one is 9 feet tall, so it's a foot taller.
Yeah.
And the footprint is 55 by 55, so it's a bigger footprint
Yeah,
too. It's,
right.
That is a beast of a machine.
Still, it doesn't change the things we were saying pretty much.
It really doesn't.
Price, maybe it's more like $3,000 to your door then, but
Yeah.
that's a pretty limited market of 9 feet tall. Limits the market though too. That takes a lot of space.
9, I feel like, is really starting to limit the market.
I mean, we could have something like that in our space, but that price is the biggest thing. Like, is a garage gym owner going to spend $3,000 on a?
And once you see 9 feet, $2,500. It's pretty safe to assume they're not targeting.
No, that's not what they're going after.
They're
this
going
thing is
after
going for a
commercial environments. Like,
but then, okay, I'm sure it's really nice. Like, it's probably like as nice of one of those as there is. But is it better? Is there something about it that there's more utility from it than the one? Like than what we say what we have.
I think you'd be hard pressed to like actually look someone straight in the eye and really, really feel strong about that statement. Other than like this one's American made, all American components.
It looks cool with our other Rogue stuff in the gym.
I mean, I think it's safe to say it wins the beauty contest.
Yeah, right. But the price is so much higher than what you would pay for. Something else. And
I mean, this is coming from people that feel like, for the most part, Rogue's pricing is pretty justified on a lot of things.
I think so.
A lot of people think it's super overpriced, but
I think it's reasonable on a lot of stuff.
Of the Rogue things in the gym, I don't think there's anything. I mean, there is some that maybe is getting more onto the unreasonable side like this, but of the things that we have down in the gym, there's nothing down that would be like, oh, this we really paid for it. It's nice, but it cost us. There's not a lot.
No,
personally, but. Yeah, I suppose if you look deeper in the catalog, you could probably find some gems in there of really hitting that sweet spot of super high price and maybe not the best return.
Right.
But we ain't those guys.
No. So I'll go buy one of those.
So someone buy one or two. Let us know how they hold up. And
that's what I think, though. Someone needs to buy two and have a $5,000 cable crossover set up.
I'm curious, though, because we have down in the gym a magazine from like an actual company.
Yeah.
And the shit that they're selling to fitness or to like commercial gyms, that stuff's not cheap at all either.
It probably costs more than that, really. It actually probably
does. Like, I was going to say, like, the cable crossover we have down in the gym,
did
that come from a Snap Fitness? Or what?
I think that maybe was in a Snap Fitness, or it was in something like that.
Commercial, like a commercial chain of some kind.
An Anytime Fitness, a Snap Fitness, some 24.
I mean, that thing probably cost $6,000.
Yeah, I was going to say that probably did cost more than $5,000.
I feel like they probably just say like, well, we sell to this market. This is just the tax you pay to be part of this market.
We bought it for like $750. So literally, probably a tenth of what it costs new. Yes. But yeah, that they're probably in line with the other alternatives you'd buy that are of that quality that you're also purchasing new. I'm just not used to buying that type of thing new.
Yeah, it's not an investment most people will make.
Right,
as private gym owners. Tanner, I have something for us.
Oh, it's always good to have something.
I mean, we're not ready to wrap this up yet, so I have to have something.
Good.
That something is supplement, real or fake.
Oh, supplements, real or fake. All right.
This thing likes to poke its little head out every so often.
Yeah, I do like supplements, real or fake.
And it's making its return today.
Yeah.
If you're unfamiliar with supplement, real or fake, it is the maybe second or third. It's for sure in the top 5 hottest games we play on the Massenomics podcast. It is a somewhat reoccurring show feature that we do
bi-monthly.
It's a bi-monthly segment.
Yeah.
The way it works, I am going to read off supplements. Tanner then has to decide, is that name of that supplement, is that in fact a real supplement or is it actually fake? And he has to use all of his years of experience browsing, looking, buying, consuming supplements, really put them to the test.
Put it all together.
And decide, is this real or fake? Mm-hmm. Okay, Tanner. Are you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Were those rules clear?
I know these rules like the back of my hand.
Okay, good. And also, don't forget, you are allowed to think out loud.
Yes, that makes it better, right?
Yeah. We don't want you to just be over there thinking in quietness for 5 minutes. So. Okay.
We have had episodes like that where we just sit here while I think.
we had a few of those. Okay, first up, supplement, real or fake? Comatose.
What does comatose mean? Like you're in
as in like long form of coma.
Yeah.
Some people might not have actually known that. We might have just taught somebody something there.
Oh, well, so it's I guess my
and also you have to with all these for the listeners out there, Tanner has to also provide his guess as to what it is, what that might be.
So my first, it didn't come to me right away, but as I thought about it just for a second, it's like a sleep aid, like ZMA. It'd be something magnesium I think people use for sleep, or Ambien.
That or like a Wow. My brain is not melatonin.
Yeah,
That is what I
melatonin.
was
There
trying
you
to
go.
say.
Thank you. Yeah, melatonin. That's my guess. It's a sleep aid supplement is what I think it is, and I think it's real.
Okay. So first up, you said real sleep aid supplement. Comatose is real.
All right.
And it is a
Pre-workout.
You know what? I'm actually trying to figure out. Okay. It is a real supplement. You can buy it on allpumpyouup.com.
Pretty sure I bought something from there
I
before.
can't figure out what it. Oh, it is under the category mood enhancer. Not quite sure what it is, so we should probably read the description here. In our ever-changing world of bad economics, really pissed off significant others, and extreme living, maybe the weirdest way to start a supplement line
and
ever.
also just like an odd combination of trying to think of bad things that are oh yeah, my life does suck. Thank you.
Yeah, you are a total piece of shit. We all find a paramount desire to relax, sleep, and hope to recover. ALR Industries designed Comatose for nighttime use, simply so you can potentially just feel great all the time, even while dieting and sleep. Think about that. Train like an animal, burn fat fast, have way too much energy, and be in a let's do this mood all day, then hit the ultimate recovery chill pill at night, Comatose. Think around the clock fat burning. Not quite sure what that last part had anything to do with there.
Let's just throw that in. We know people like fat burning.
So I got to be honest. Okay, the description really makes it seem like it's a sleep aid. The category they have it under is mood enhancer, which is really weird too. Even the description here, it's actually the manufacturer's ALRI. I don't.
Yeah.
In the description they say ALR Industries. Okay, so that'd be ALRI. To me, it's weird to say comatose because that's like the version of sleep you never want.
Right,
You know?
where you're
Like
you might not wake up from this
like
one.
that's the, like coma is usually like one step up from dead.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
okay.
What? And that's from allpumpyouup.com.
That's on allpumpyouup.com,
Yeah.
but it's from ALR.
I've bought
Industries.
supplements from that website before, back in the day.
Yeah, there's some reviews out there, not many, and they're from 2011. So
Have you ever taken Ambien?
I have not. Ambien is a prescription, Tanner.
Yeah. Oh.
You get in trouble being caught with
Yeah.
that stuff.
I have taken. I have dabbled in Ambien.
Did it?
There's been some nights where
Did it knock you out hard?
I'm gonna say not. No. Like I don't know. No, it's not like. It was no miracle for me, I guess.
It just
I know some people have weird things that happen, like there's like Ambien sleepwalking
I
or
was gonna
something
say,
like that.
Kind of
Almost.
put you in like some really weird
Yeah,
states, can't it?
yeah.
Wow. Part of a class of drugs called sedative hypnotics. I mean, that sounds pretty cool right there.
yeah.
So, wow. Okay. Okay. So on to the next one here, Tanner. You're 1 for 1. Really making your comeback on this supplement, real or fake, going good. So
So
okay.
far, so good.
Next up, supplement, real or fake. Fuck fat. Fuck fat.
Is there an asterisk in the?
That is what it is, Tanner. It is up to your.
Is it fat with a pH?
It is not fat with a pH.
Well, I guess if I'm to guess what kind of product it is, I suppose I would say it's a fat burner
I mean, that would make sense.
or a fat fucker in this case. And is it real or is it fake? I think that it's real. I think someone's going after the shock factor of giving the shock value and getting people to order their supplement based off that. So I'm going to say that is a real supplement and that it's, of course, a fat burner.
It is real. You
All
are
right.
correct, Tanner. This is one I actually ran across very early on in the supplement real or fake research process. I had multiple people bring it up to me
Suggest
as
this one?
This seems to be one of kind of like urban legend,
Okay.
just because the name is so out there.
Yeah.
The last person to suggest it to me, when my note here is Mr. James Swimhack Strickland.
I've heard of him.
I have two.
He's the guy with the lift shorts, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the guy that could afford the lift shorts.
He is the one and only. But fuck fat. You asked if fat was spelt with a PH. It's not fuck was spelled with the PH in this case.
Oh, okay.
I'm not completely sure. I believe this company that made it is out of business. It's really hard to find now. And I ran across it on some forums of people talking about it. And now that I try and find it, I'm actually even having trouble running across it. But I do believe it was a fat burner of some kind.
I don't have a huge problem with explicit language.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the bottle says energy fat loss. And read warning label prior to use.
Okay.
A bottle of yellow pills. Probably had some Fedra type something going on there.
To me, it would be weird to come out with a product that has the F word in the name.
I mean, you got to assume that like that's already going to be hurting your sales.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll definitely make some sales on the novelty factor of it.
Right.
You got to weigh those. Really weigh your choices there, and I'm not sure if that actually comes out ahead for the seller on that one. Okay, Tanner, you are now two for two.
All right.
2 for 2. Very good. Wow.
Just getting warmed up too.
God, I know. Okay, next up, supplement, real or fake. Number 3 on the list, the big guy. The big guy.
Oh, think about male enhancement when I hear the big guy, because it's like you're talking about your wiener, and that it's the big guy.
That's
what I would think.
One
male
way of
enhancement.
thinking about it.
So we've gone 2 thus far that have both been real. I could certainly see that being a real supplement.
Yep. The name is ambiguous enough that it kind of just blankets things.
Yeah. And
it also is ambiguous enough that is it a thing?
Yeah, right. Just for the sake of mixing it up, I'm going to say that one's fake.
The big guy is real, Tanner.
Oh, so I'm wrong.
You can get the big guy on Amazon right here. This is also one of the perks of doing something
Is it
really
male
fake.
enhancement? Did I have that right?
We'll get there. One of the perks of doing supplement real or fake is that it completely ruins your Amazon recommendations forever.
For the rest of your life.
I get like great recommendations on terrible fitness products and supplements emailed to me
all the time.
It seems like it doesn't matter how many times I tell Amazon I don't want these. I just seem to keep getting them.
Yeah.
But this says it is under the testosterone booster category. Mm-hmm. The big guy bodybuilding testosterone booster for men. Vegan friendly, non-GMO, weightlifting supplement, naturally boosts testosterone and libido, 300 capsules. And, who do we have here? Is it Ryback, the professional wrestler?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
He is endorsing it.
Oh,
so
he's a big guy.
He is a big guy. You know it's got to be good if he's on board with it. Oh, yeah, Ryback Reeves. Man, they are really making him a part of the marketing campaign. First question, after you take the pill, how long does it take to get an erection? First answer, it's not it's a testosterone booster, not Viagra. It's not a boner pill, dude. Wow, okay. Well, this guy says he recommends 100%, and the next guy says, what a letdown. Next guy says, great product. Next guy says it's big and it works. So this guy also says Ryback doesn't BS. So you got to take Ryback's word for it.
Well, I'm not going to be the one to call him out into his face.
Yeah, I won't do that. But it is a real thing. Okay, Tanner, you are now 2-1.
Yeah.
Going into the last supplement on the list. Supplement real or fake. Cannibal Carnage Killer Bombsicle. Cannibal Carnage Killer Bombsicle.
Cannibal Carnage Killer Bombsicle.
That's what I said.
Wow. That is not one that the type of product just screams to you by the name. Cannibal Carnage Killer Bombsicle. I think pre-workout, because that's always the catch-all. I guess it hasn't come up yet in this one because the other ones have kind of like steered me in a particular direction. Mm-hmm. When it doesn't steer me in a direction, it's just like a lot of like loud language, like
there's always with these names, just outlandish. There's two options: male enhancement, or pre-workout.
That's a ridiculous name. I hope it's real, just because I want to believe that someone did that. So I'm going to say that it's real, and I'm going to go pre-workout.
Cannibal Carnage Killer Bombsicle is real, Tanner.
All right, good.
You went 3 for 1 real supplement real.
Thank God someone's made this.
It comes from chaosandpain.com. Cannibal Carnage Killer Bombsicle is an advanced. Okay, it is a pre-workout.
Aha.
For $44.99.
Getting up there in my pre-workout pricing.
It is these are words I don't even really know. It is Chaos and Pain's first lipolysis transport potentiating powder.
Oh, those are some of the better.
I can't imagine many
ones,
people
yeah.
really even understand what that is or what that means. But do you and the scale have a love-hate relationship? You know, you love to hate when it laughs at you. Are you tired of doing everything right and not getting the results you deserve? Have you tried all of the hot, high-stim thermogenics on the market, but are still having trouble getting off those last 5 to 10 pounds of fat? If so, now's the time to attack your metabolism and lay carnage to your fat. Cannibal Carnage Chaos and Pain's first mobilizing supplement. It can be stacked with other thermogenics or even used with non-stim pre-workout supplements like Permaswole. It makes ordinary water taste awesome. And each serving is packed to the brim with the following ingredients. And, just a bunch of stuff you have no idea what it is.
Yep. One of them, probably it has no lack of caffeine in the product, I would assume.
I'm actually having a hard time finding caffeine. If it's in there, they're not obvious about it.
They
because
might be, sometimes they like to be sneaky.
Yeah, I'm actually not finding it. Do we have any groundbreaking reviews? Makes drinking water so much easier.
Come on. That's what you want. Buy Mio or whatever, or Gatorade powder.
Yeah. This guy's been stuck with 12 pounds to lose for months. He added Cannibal Carnage to his daily routine and lost 9 pounds in 2 weeks. So there it is.
Sounds sustainable.
It will get you those last 9 pounds off. One thing I really liked about the website Chaos and Pain that we might want to look into, Tanner. Okay, you can buy this product for $44.99 or 4 interest-free payments of $11.25 with Sezzle. How Sezzle works. We've partnered with Sezzle to give you the ability to buy now and pay later. Wow, we should partner with Sezzle for our checkout.
I think we all know what product we have that could come in handy for. I mean, I don't know if
we have a
needs
whole
to be
list
said,
of products that could come in handy
yeah.
for. Oh man, I feel like even if we just didn't hook up that part of the store, just like we'll just put the little Sezzle for 4.
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
what was the other one? Klarna.
Klarna. Yeah.
We'll just have like.
Why do the names of these financing things have to be
I just want it so like when
weird?
you go to buy our product, there's the price for $28.99.
Yeah.
And then there's 6 different financing options below just
Of
from
how many
all
months you want
all of these. But yeah, do you want to pay for over the course of 3 months, 6 months,
Right.
a year? Because we can finance it however you want to.
Yep.
Wow. That's something to look into right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tanner, that wraps up Supplement Real or Fake.
That was so they were all real again.
They were all
trying to get me
real
on
again this time. And
across
you
the
fell
board.
right into my
Yep.
trap and managed to let me get one off was all.
Yes.
But very well done.
We do have a best Instagram/YouTube comment of the week this week. Not something we do every week, but we do a lot of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the comment has to be good.
Right,
I mean, it says
yes.
right in the title that it has to be
Yes.
the best one.
It has to be the best. Yeah, nothing but the best. This comment comes from a video of, speaking of James Strickland, where he was squatting a PR of 750 pounds wearing the bench shirt. Doesn't necessarily apply to this comment, but so the original comment that someone made is not the best Instagram/YouTube comment of the week. It's the reply that someone made to this comment.
Which is often how it works.
Yes, exactly. So the original comment is from Guinea Men, I guess is how you'd say that, and I believe I've seen him comment on things of us. He gets it. I can tell he knows what we're doing, and he said he could possibly be the first person to bench 1,000, squat 1,000, and Jefferson deadlift 1,000. And then he said at Massenomics at SwimHack. So he's kind of making a little bit of a joke in there.
Well, yeah, he's definitely, and it's really funny. I like that.
Yes. So someone responded to him at Guinea Man.
I'm sure someone's really going to come set the record straight after falling into that trap.
Right. Yeah. Someone goes, no human being will ever bench 1,000 raw. That's his response. Like, someone makes that ridiculous comment, obviously a joke. It includes Jefferson deadlift 1,000 pounds.
He just leaves Jefferson deadlift floating out there. He's not going to address that.
Right.
It's the elephant in the room.
Yes, right. And he said it. No. So the best Instagram /YouTube comment of the week is from crazy_selt. No human being will ever bench 1,000 pounds raw.
Well, I'm glad we have that insight.
It's also a bold statement, just wrapping up the entire rest of humanity. Like,
there's a lot of time left. I think.
I would think.
I hope.
Presumably, yeah.
Yep. You never know.
Like,
as we start doing some gene therapy here, it's the impossible meat starts showing up.
But no, we know that that's not possible because now I know that no human being will ever.
It has been stated.
Yes.
The law has been laid down.
Right. Yeah. That's the case, and that's his story, and we're sticking to it.
Okay. I guess I don't have anything to back or to disagree with him, so I'll have to go with it.
Okay.
I did forget to mention though that the Chaos and Pain was a user submitted one, CTG_93. So
okay.
Thank you for that. I always like to give a shout out when
people
Mr.
CTG
do a little bit of the work for us, you know.
Yes, that's good. But don't send them to me. Sometimes people send them to me, and that kind of ruins the game.
Yeah, that might as well just throw it in the garbage.
So don't send it. You have to send it to Tommy, not the official at Massenomics Instagram handle, because then it's ruined at that point. We also have a podcast review to read this week, a good one. This was a 5 out of 5 star. And I also, as long as we're talking about it, we do encourage these podcast reviews. There's a good chance we'll read them as long as they show up. I don't understand how it works. Sometimes the number just goes up, but it doesn't bring us more podcast reviews to see and read. So if we're not reading yours, it's not because we don't like it.
It's because Apple doesn't like it.
Yes, they don't like to show it to us. But we did get to see this one this week. The title is The Powerlifting Podcast About Nothing. I can already tell they were paying attention.
I can't disagree with that.
The name, screen name is TTTTTYYYYYUUUU.
I like it.
And they said, what can be said about Massenomics that can't be said about Jeff Bezos? They bring you everything you want to your front door, and they basically have all of the money in the world. The end.
Yeah, I mean, well stated.
Very well stated. Us and Jeff Bezos, Amazon, do have a lot in common here. That when you think about it, there's a lot of parallels to be drawn.
There's probably more in common
than there's different. Yeah. There's more the same than there is different for sure.
Yep, I think so. Well, thank you for that review.
Yeah, that was a good one. Do you would you be interested in recapping last week's results from overrated, underrated?
I would.
If you don't know, which you're stupid, we talk about it every week. You should know that we always like to review the Instagram results of our underrated, overrated segment from the prior podcast. So we're gonna cover that quick here. Topic number 1 from last week was orange juice with pulp. Tommy, you said overrated. You said, get that pulp out of my glass. I don't like it.
I said, no.
Do you know what the people said on this one?
Overrated?
It was very close.
Really?
But 52% underrated.
Really?
I was surprised by that.
Cool. Yeah.
Because it's such a specific thing. If something's that specific, it's more likely to be overrated. If I'm completely
honest, you are one of the first people I've ever talked to that said they enjoy pulp in their orange juice.
Yeah, we got 52% said underrated.
Wow.
And even though that's how I feel, I was surprised that was what the people said.
Yeah.
And that's on like 1,400 voters or something too, so it's a pretty good sample size. Next topic was Tom Brady, overrated or underrated.
I just think there's enough people that don't like the Patriots. They're going to say overrated.
Right, exactly, and that's I believe the case. 58% overrated, fairly close.
Yeah, I was still expecting a bigger margin than that, but
JD Power Awards.
Overrated for sure.
I don't know how there was 24% of people that said underrated. I feel like they had to just been joking around.
I think so.
They just it's
but
a
that
joke.
Has to be one of the lower numbers, right?
I think I've seen 80 before. Yuri Belkin was 80% underrated. I know I've seen that.
Yeah.
Last topic was pizza rolls. And you said, did you say underrated on pizza rolls, or did you say overrated?
In the on the podcast, I said pizza rolls were God, I went really back and forth on it.
Yeah.
I think I said they were. I honestly don't even remember now.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then I remember when I clicked to vote today, I'm pretty sure I picked the opposite of what I said last week.
Okay.
So I'm extra torn now. I don't even know what I said.
The people said 66% underrated.
Okay.
So the people like pizza rolls.
I have to follow that up with bagel bites and see how those fit into the
That's
fit
true.
into the equation.
Bagel Bites, spoiler alert, Bagel Bites is not in today's overrated, underrated, but we could see it again. We could see it at some point in time. Yeah. We got a lot of future podcasts to cover overrated, underrated here, so we got a lot of options going forward.
Of topics.
But I don't know. Last week's overrated, underrated is probably as good a segue as any in the leading into this week's overrated, underrated.
So.
Let's pop in then. Topic 1 for this week's overrated, underrated. This is a current thing that I popped across. I'm curious what you know about it. Topic 1, overrated or underrated, Popeye's chicken sandwich. Do you know about Popeye's chicken sandwich?
Well, I know there's been a ton of memes and just traffic online about it. Because we don't have a Popeyes near us really at all.
Within a state?
There is one in Sioux Falls, actually.
Okay, there is. Okay.
So there is one 3 hours away.
Okay.
I mean, you drive 200 miles, you can get to a
Did
Popeyes.
you happen to go get one in order to do your research on this?
I didn't. Is the whole thing, though, is that they finally have chicken sandwiches now?
The chicken sandwich was new for them. And I had to look up what the hell was so special about it. So to me, it seemed pretty similar to Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich with pickles and your choice of 2 sauces.
But how's that different than any chicken sandwich anywhere? I mean, other than the fact that it is Popeye's chicken.
Right,
but,
right.
But it is a chicken sandwich, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I
Very
didn't know
correct.
there was some crazy
But it has
special
huge
sauce in
buzz on it.
It does. Oh, I think part of it is just the dumb internet culture.
Yeah, right.
It's meme worthy is what.
Right. But even Wendy's, Chick-fil-A and Wendy's were both tweeting out jokes about the, kind of playing into it too,
Yes, which there's always going to be that. God, I don't know. I probably have to. Well,
have you ever eaten at Popeyes at all?
I've had Popeyes once in my life, and it was probably 7, 8 years ago. I went to Bonnaroo with some friends, and Bonnaroo is in Tennessee, and on the way there, we're like, hey, there's a Popeyes. None of us have been there. We should go. I don't even honestly remember one thing about my meal. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it wasn't bad, I guess, if I don't have anything bad to say about it. But to me, I personally, I never even really get that excited about chicken sandwiches in general or fast food chicken, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to say it's probably overrated. But I'm torn. I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
If Popeyes hears this, I'd love for them to just figure out a way to send me one that's fresh, deliver one. I'd love to be proven wrong. But for now, I would say with the amount of internet hype around it is probably most definitely overrated.
Okay. Overrated on the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Topic number 2, overrated or underrated, HBO. Not a specific show. We've covered a lot of specific
the network
HBO shows, but HBO.
I really do think HBO is underrated. When you look at just the networks, or if you just want to say content studios that are out there, or network groups, whatever you want to refer to them as, that are producing content, there's probably not one that is just producing content at a level of HBO. And someone might bring up Disney into the argument, and I have a hard time supporting that completely because Disney's whole thing has just been buying every company in the world.
Right.
That kind of is their model right now, just buy everything.
Right.
And then do you see now, was it Disney Plus? Disney's launching
their own. It's going to be Hulu and ESPN. And that one of the packages that they have, though, for $12 you can get Disney Plus
basically
and Hulu.
the entire Disney catalog.
Yeah,
you'll
right.
And then now under Disney, there's the entire Marvel comic universe.
Yeah.
There's all of Star Wars. And then, everything that Disney's made. So I have a hard time putting them in the same group just because, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, Disney was a very different creature. But
Netflix has started to make a lot more original content.
It does, and I think that is good, and I think that needs to happen because Disney is basically just taking the mentality that we're just going to rehash old shit forever.
Have you seen the South Park with the member berries at all?
No, I haven't.
Maybe a couple years old, and I don't know. It'd be a ton of stuff to get into, but it's these little berries that they talk. They're like, looks like grapes on a vine, and like people are eating these member berries, and they kind of talk like little. They have mouths, and they talk like little kids, and they always say, "Member Chewbacca," and they just like keep bringing up these. They're getting, the thing is, they're getting at like Disney. All they're doing is like bringing back these old things and putting it in front of you.
Yeah.
And everyone says, well, we want it to be new and exciting, but we really want it to be nostalgic where we remember the old thing too. And it's like, that's all we're seeing anymore is just the old stuff.
It is. Yeah. And I guess like, yeah, they got the budget. They can bring things to life like no one ever probably could have imagined ever. And that's good. But I'm just not relying on a lot of like new universes, new storylines, like outside of Marvel, Star Wars, and kind of the things. Basically, I feel like the newness you're going to see is probably from like what's Pixar going to put out for a movie. But besides that, like don't plan on any. And also, I don't think that Disney's going to be coming out like Disney themselves with any hard hitting like adult content.
Right.
When I say adult, I don't mean like pornographic. I mean like
MA mature.
I mean just more mature.
NR-17.
Yeah. Very X-rated. They're just releasing that X-rated Disney Channel.
Maybe they're gonna rehash Girls Gone Wild.
They could be the ones to bring it back. Yep.
With
it
even now
enhanced.
featuring even more steel calypso drum.
Yes, yep. An enhanced steel calypso drum. So I mean, it'll be, if you're a fan of those franchises, like Disney's gonna have some good stuff. But this kind of going back to the original point here, HBO. I just think they have some really, really, really cool series that a lot of people, it's either topics that mainstream TV, or I shouldn't say just major networks, probably can't address because of
just politics.
Just the
what they're allowed to show
nature,
on television,
the graphic nature, and just the
cable
heaviness
television,
of certain things. So I think HBO fills that gap very nicely, and I do think HBO is underrated.
Underrated on HBO, the home box office. Overrated or underrated? Bob Ross. And maybe his television show, we could say, if you've ever seen it before.
I have not seen many. I've not seen many episodes of Bob Ross. I mean, I've seen. You see one.
You know what it is.
You see one, you know what you're getting. There's not any shock and surprise.
You've seen one, you've seen them all to an extent. Like, it's the same thing.
I remember when
different painting.
When his show came to Netflix, what was that? Probably a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of a big deal because people were like, "Oh my God, it's out!" Like the most chill, relaxing thing ever.
Yeah.
And, at that time, I remember coming across like kind of his biography, and I guess I didn't verify how true this was, but I didn't know a thing about the man. Do you know anything about him?
Wasn't he an Army vet,
he was like
even a drill sergeant?
He was, and I think like that was his thing. Yeah, it's like his living was like just yelling at drill sergeant stuff, like you would expect.
Yeah.
And there was something like, was it when he retired?
He never wanted to.
Like he was like, I got to leave that life behind.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely oversimplifying this whole thing, and that's when he kind of went to the whole painting thing. I don't know if he had the painting skills before or if that was something he picked up after, but then he kind of took his passion for painting. And so where I'm torn is that anytime someone can take like something that really is a passion of theirs and like have like this whole, build this image around them of people having basically nothing but good things to say, like, oh man, he's just inspired a nation.
Yeah.
Like you kind of are immortal in the way of like people are always going to remember him as like this painter on TV. Like,
right.
And I think he'll kind of be. Kids might not ever watch his show growing up now because it's probably not really on TV. But at some point you'll be subjected to a meme or something, and you'll be like, okay, I feel like I probably am supposed to know who that guy is. I think a lot of people in maybe a more serious artistic painting world. Will not be so much of a fan of his just because of its.
What do you call this is me not understanding art, but he would just use these basic techniques and apply them to something where he's not really painting a specific thing.
Yeah,
and he just makes it look like the thing by the end of it.
Yeah, he's just kind of creating. And I'm not up on my painting terms enough, but I don't think you'd call him an impressionist. I don't know, but it's just like he's kind of making the illusion of a tree over there.
Right,
like,
exactly.
It's not,
he's not painting a tree.
Yeah, he's not in line with like these oil painting masters, of like they're manipulating light and shadow and like tell the story, and there's a deeper meaning. Like he's like, no, you're getting a painting of an outdoor scene here. Like there's nothing more to it, and that's also I think kind of the appeal is that what you see is what you get here. Like and you know that a really happy man put it together, and he used some fancy,
does it in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and he used some special brushes that made a tree in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And,
a happy little tree.
Yeah, happy little tree with a happy little rabbit underneath it. But Bob Ross is probably, when you look at his legacy and what he's done, he's still probably underrated.
Okay, underrated on Bob Ross. I do like it. I do like the show. We watched it a few times now. That's on Netflix. Just nostalgic.
Yep.
Overrated or underrated? Last topic of the day. Overrated or underrated? All sport.
All sport.
Oh, crap. That was supposed to be topic 1 of next week. Oh, well.
Boy.
I really wanted to know what you thought of this last topic for this week, but I guess it's not time sensitive.
I got to wait a whole week to find out.
Yeah,
what
all sport's good, too. I was curious about that, but I guess we'll flip-flop them.
All sport. I think a lot of people are saying, what the hell are you talking about right now? There was probably, in the beverage wars of the late 90s, Tanner, there was a few players in the game.
Yep.
I think we all recognize the name Gatorade.
Yep.
We all recognize the name Powerade.
Yep.
But there was also a third
lesser known.
There was a third member of the beverage sport wars that I like to think of, and that would be All Sport. And did I see his All Sport back again? Kind of.
I don't know. I didn't. This didn't come about because me seeing that. I just thought of just for some reason All Sport was in my head the other day, and when I think of these things, I think that would be fun for overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna do some looking here, but I remember All Sports seeming to be more readily available when I was a kid. Where I lived, then
we had All Sport in vending machines in our school,
and that's what I was gonna say. I remember seeing it like being 4th, 5th grade when you're like starting to kind of like do like little basketball tournaments with your friends.
Yep.
And I remember getting All Sport out of vending machines. Like that was not uncommon at all. Like seeing it in multiple places. That could be something to say about the part of the country we lived in where that was the choice. But there was somewhere along the line, wow, just seeing the packaging right now really even takes me back. Tanner, does that look like what you remember?
Yes, it does. Very 90s.
You can definitely still order the powder and actually the ready-to-drink 24-pack.
Listen to this, though. Do you remember what was different about All Sport than Powerade or Gatorade? I mean, maybe a few things, but one thing in particular, it was carbonated.
Oh, it was?
It was carbonated,
yes. I didn't even know
All
that.
Sport originally was lightly carbonated, and I just was looking at something, too. I didn't know this until just looking now. But that later changed. More recently, it is marketed as a non-carbonated sports drink.
Wow.
So they changed that. But at the time, it was a carbonated drink. Like it sounded like a pop when you opened it up.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not remember that at all. One thing that I remember in my mind, and I don't know if this was right or not, but for some reason I remember this, is that when you could get it in the bottle, I remember seeing it at one time where the label was actually like a foam insulated label.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's just my brain playing tricks on me or if that was a real thing, but I have just this vivid memory of a foam insulated label around my All Sport bottle, which seems crazy to think of too, that could actually be a thing. But
the other thing I remember, and maybe it's just because it was carbonated, but I always also thought it seemed even more sugary than like Powerade and Gatorade, like even more sugar in it. And I don't know if that's accurate or not. But
probably. I don't doubt that at all. Wow, All Sport. Looking at these things is really, really taking me back.
Talk about member berries.
Yeah, this is the member berry. Oh yeah, it's all over Amazon. You can still get this stuff if you want, especially the powdered drink mix. There's lots of options for that out there. But yeah, All Sport. I'm gonna say All Sport is All Sport's definitely underrated.
Underrated on All Sport.
No doubt about that. Wow.
Okay. So we do have to wait to see what this other mystery topic was that I flubbed and mess up the whole order.
I hope you don't mess up next week, Tanner, because it's going to really be tough on me to have to wait another week. Probably even tougher on the listeners.
I know it. So unfortunately, we do have to wait for that one because we can't do more than 4 in 1 week. Everyone knows that's in the rules.
That would break the rules.
Yeah, I don't know if that's technically in the rules. Might have to make an
it's
addendum.
Kind of the unwritten rule.
Addendum to the rules.
We just understand.
There's there's a lot of written rules with overrated, underrated. There's also getting to be more unwritten rules.
Yep. Well, it's becoming a game of tradition.
But it is a living, breathing creature, so
Yep.
it's important to keep that in mind. That does wrap up overrated, underrated. What do you think about today's episode? Do we have anything else major that we need to touch on?
I think we got through all the subjects we discussed in the show notes. So
mostly very, very timely.
Yeah, all the timely, hard-hitting things were discussed today. So
okay. So as we bring this in for a landing, the last thing that we usually like to talk about is our online store. It's part of what makes this podcast possible. Your contributions through our online store.
It is.
We restocking some T-shirts here as of late. We just got a restock of Jefferson deadlift shirts in earlier today, and both flags, our lift flag and our Don't Curl in Me flag.
Hot
so
off the press.
Yeah, so Jefferson deadlift tee is now available in all sizes. We were out of a few there, so if you've been after one of those, now is your time. Don't Curl in Me shirts, maybe out of a couple sizes right now, but we have a replacement of those coming in right now too. So if you need the Don't Curl in Me shirt, be checking on that. It should be here anytime. We have all the rest of our normal shirts and hats and everything else in the store. Sticker packs, we've been moving a lot of sticker packs, so now would be a great chance to get on one of those. You get 9 fresh as fresh can be stickers. That's about it.
Dan, I'm getting some video. My dog is passed out on the soundboard. I've been monitoring this for a while because I'm like, is he just going to move and just totally move some dials? But no, we're good.
Seems to be good.
Yeah, seemed to be good.
We do have some upgrades coming for the sound.
Yeah, we do have some upgrades coming.
But I guess that'll be something to talk about next time.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. Leave us an Apple Podcast review. We'll try to read that if we can see it. Lastly, maybe most important, follow us on Instagram. Tommy, what's your Instagram handle?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
And you can find the official Massenomics page at Massenomics. See you next time.
See you.